there. Team Hutch, oh, the heartbreak of the forced checkmate that he brought on himself, that being the Almighty Hutch. And then, of course, Team Box is just struggling today, but maybe they find it. Because guess what? We have liftoff. The games have begun. Board 1 between the Almighty Hutch and Box is already underway. And we'll be bringing up the chess here in just a second. More Queen's Gambit play here. Miss Botez from the Almighty Hutch. You like the Queen's Gambit, right? Don't you?
Yeah, I do love the Queen's Gambit, and I see that Box took on c4. So in a lot of the positions we've seen from Hutch today, he decided to keep the position a little bit more closed. So now we're going to see him mix it up a bit. And I know that the game isn't pulled up yet, so maybe I won't go into specifics.
So pawn to e5 should be played here by Box if he knows the theory. If he doesn't know the theory, then. Or are we switching? Oh, we're switching?
We'll come back. I'm sorry, I just was giving cue that they've got the Trump and Zalays matchup ready for us to focus on. It is the championship, right? So I guess we'll do what we're told. And yeah, there's Zalays on camera right there. First time we've seen him today.
Yeah, he's looking very relaxed.
Yep.
So far his opening's pretty good though. Pretty standard.
Yep.
Wait, sorry. Quick question. Didn't Zalays play e5 in their first game? Wasn't it a Rui Lopez?
Yes, it was.
And Zalays was black, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. You're right.
So he switched his opening. He decided to play a Sicilian defense, changing on move 1. So it should be quite interesting to see what happens here. I wonder why he switched. Maybe when he took those 10 minutes off for 5 minutes and he couldn't be found, he was actually just booting up chess base and studying his openings.
Yeah, I mean, and he's a good enough player that really could have been the case. Sorry, Alexandra, go ahead.
I was going to say, do you think that most people play a similar opening, or it depends if you're the stylistic person who goes for one or just plays a little bit of everything? Because he could be the latter.
Well, Zalays hasn't played chess for 10 years, right?
Right, but maybe
so there's no way that he plays multiple openings. So I'm guessing he just maybe you know what it is. Maybe he saw Zalays game, or not Zalays game. Sorry, Trump's game against Hutch, and he saw that Trump does not play like a main open Sicilian variation, and so he thought he could just play the Sicilian defense. I'm wondering if that's what it was actually.
Yeah, that
would be really 5-head of him. That would be very 5-head.
Yeah, and it would show that he's paying super close attention, obviously, to his competition.
He's taking a minute here, and he's on move 5. So to me, it seems like he's actually pretty unfamiliar with what's going on in the opening. And I don't know if it's the best decision.
No, but it's Trump. It's Trump who's on the clock.
Oh,
right?
sorry.
Yeah, it's Trump who's white.
You're right. I keep seeing the cameras flipped, and my bad. Okay, so hey, he did surprise Trump in that case.
Yeah, and now he's got to be thinking, well, Trump just didn't have a good Sicilian weapon against Hutch, right? And I think it's risky, right? Like you said, Hikaru, it's 5-head, and then it's a heads up play. But also, if he really is that much more familiar with e5, we'll see if once he gets out of the opening, how familiar are you with the middle game? How well do you know the pawn structures and the tactics that commonly occur? I think for beginner players, one of the other reasons why often coaches will advise you stick to something and really learn it. It's not just for the memorization of the opening. It's because the middle games you get, the common tactics and the common plans that develop become familiar to you. So this is going to be interesting to see what happens here as we get into the middle game, whether Zalays is really comfortable.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting.
All right. Well, Alexandra, we've got other games. If you spy something, Alexandra, just throw it. We can check on other games, but we can also stay right here.
Just a reminder to everyone that the games are starting off with a staggered format. So we'll have the game board 1 starting off for earlier, and then in 3 minutes or so board 2. So we'll be able to catch more of the action that's spread out throughout the games.
Yep. And this is the championship matchup. Obviously, we can see Trump SC is the captain, and the team is named after him. Remember, he was a last-minute fill-in for Voyboy, the winner of the Chess.com pogchamps, who was unable to compete at the last moment. So if Trump SC steps in here at the last second and leads the team to victory, that would be the storyline.
Definitely. Yeah.
All right. Zalays speeding up. What are those flags behind him? Are those Premier Soccer? What is the? I mean, I don't
actually know. It looks. Zalays is obviously Hungarian, right?
Yeah.
So I don't. Maybe. I mean, the one on the right, I can't. I think the one on the right is like. I can't.
Oh, left banner is Team Luminosity apparently.
Okay.
There we go. Okay. Good to know.
Luminosity Gaming. Okay. Wait, how did you know he's Hungarian?
Because I looked up his rating on USCF.
Oh, and it had his federation?
Oh.
No, he's from the U.S., but his name is Hungarian. His last name is
Okay.
Hungarian.
His last name is Hungarian. Okay.
Hikaru, busting out the research, homie. Man,
Well, I mean, when
love
I
it.
saw it said he was the Ohio State chess champion at 18, like when I first heard that he was playing this event, of course I'm going to go do research because it's like there's a good chance I would know who he is simply because it's just one of those things. Like so those of you guys, you know that Danny is you're what, like a year and a half, 2 years older than me, right?
Yeah, almost 2 years, yeah, or about 2 years, yeah.
Right, but it's one of those things where in the chess world, generally when people are young and they're coming up in the ranks, even if it's like a year or two differential, we all know each other. So like someone who's good at a young age, we're gonna know who they are. And so that's why like Danny, for example, I've known him since I was probably like 8 years old. Like I've known him my whole life. And so I assume that Zalays, because he was a very strong player, there's a good chance that I might have run into him or I would know who he is.
There you go. Well, he's playing pretty quickly here, though he did just make the common Russian schoolboy mistake there, putting the knight in front of the b pawn on b6. Maybe he can change the pawn structure with d5 and it's all going to be okay. Oh, and he does it.
Nice find.
Okay.
So I was going to say one of the biggest issues with Zalays' position was that he had a lack of space, and it's going to be difficult for him to develop his light squared bishops, but it seems like he's already trying to figure out a plan. So he pushed d5. If e takes d5, he can take with the e pawn, and then his bishop is all of a sudden going to get a lot of new squares to come to. And now b4 is also a threat. So Trump already down quite a bit of time here.
Yeah, good call, Alexandra, highlighting that b4 is the threat. If you take, opens the bishop. We've just been given confirmation. The right banner is Team LOL, which stands for Team Lots of Love You Lots. Not lots of love you lots. I never know what the different LOLs mean. There's LOL, there's LUL, there's LMAO, there's ROFLMAO.
Are you trying to show off your
trying to show my dad speak? I know a few. There's BRB, which actually makes no sense because it's the same amount of syllables as just saying "be right back." Like, why are we even doing that?
Aren't you supposed to say AFK?
AFK, away from
keyboard.
Oh, keyboard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Moving on. Bishop A3 played. Speaking of moving on, if you want to check on any of the other games, remember we got a ton of marquee matchups, streamers everywhere. Go to the chess category and search if you want to go find others to watch. Away from knowledge, more like the away from knowledge is another AFK. There we go. Good to know. Didn't know. You guys see another game you want to go to?
Have you heard of the Who Asked meme on Twitch?
I've heard of the Who Asked.
All right.
I've heard of the Who Asked because my 14-year-old does it to me all the time.
Oh,
like literally all the time. Oh yeah.
No.
Yeah. No, he does. He's like, Dad, who? I go, what? Asked before I can say anything. And I'm like, why are you doing this to me?
Aww.
Yeah. All right. Well, we can. If you guys see, I
by the way, Zalays is just winning, right? He's just up one pawn here.
There you go. Well, you called it, Hikaru. Even though Trump SC did beat Zalays in their first game, that Zalays hadn't found his full funky fresh chess yet. Right now he's playing better.
By the way, also according to chat, someone in chat said that Zalays played in a tournament with Fabiano and I apparently.
Wow.
Back in the old days.
Now that's doing research, right? Someone went out of their way to find him on US Chess, check out his tournament history. Sure enough, Hikaru does know him. The tournament was probably a big one. But you said he's playing the Chicago Open, right? Maybe he was there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Well, he's up a pawn and looking strong right here.
Should we potentially check on some of the other teammates and see how they're doing?
So many other games to look at. We haven't checked out Ludwig in a while, and his game is kind of moving along quickly. So if we want to check out that, maybe we could bounce around.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good.
So we'll get that ready here, and bounce on over. Ludwig has now which team is Ludwig on of the
Team
two
Hutch.
here in the he's on Hutch's team.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Okay, so he's in the consolation matchup along with Hutch and Cutie Cinderella, and Nate Hill rounds out the Team Hutch bracket. So we'll see if Ludwig can help them get a consolation victory here, playing the white pieces. Though as I look at it, he's actually down a rook. We're gonna get the board up here in just a second. So
Yeah, so we're taking a look at the game right now, and he's down too much material to catch up from. He's playing board 2 for Team Hutch, playing against Skara. And Skara's actually had a pretty good performance today.
He actually had
someone we haven't seen much, right? We haven't seen much of Skara.
Yeah. He actually had a funny move there, this last move. Could he have played the move d5 and tried to trick queen d5 with rook d3?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's a nice trap.
That would have actually maybe been... White was maybe okay there. Wow.
Yeah, like despite
Black's
what the
winning objectively, but very complicated.
Yeah, d5 would have been a really funny trick there. And again, everybody, if the pawn could have taken, then White is just winning because the knight falls. The whole idea is you're cutting off the queen's protection of the knight. Anyway, all right. Well, Lud unfortunately plays bishop e4, and like I said, we check in on it because it may be our last moment to do so. He's losing his queen and probably going to lose the game.
Ooh.
Owie.
Ooh.
Owie.
Oof.
Okay. Well, let's continue to watch here. We'll see what they find. But I'm looking at so many other games. Remind you again, you can search the chess category. Everyone playing in the Twitch Rivals event is streaming. You can also go to chess.com and follow the games directly yourself. We've got another matchup in the consolation bracket between Team Hutch versus Team Boxbox. That's Cutie Cinderella and Voosely. We'll try to line that up and go check out them in a second.
All right, and okay, so they are playing for board 3.
Yep.
No.
We can actually, I think we can actually just switch the board because it's the same standings we've got up here, and it actually looks okay. No, okay, maybe not. All right, we've switched over to Cutie Cinderella and Voosely, and we'll bring it up here in just a second for everybody. But all right. Here we go. Board 3.
So Cutie pushed her kingside pawns a little bit too forward here. And I think that's going to become an issue later on. And we're once again seeing her totally understand the opening principles. But then it seems like she didn't know what the middle game plan would be, so she just decided to push her pawns forward. Mm-hmm. Where'd her title go, Danny?
Oh, I didn't do it. Someone else must have. LOL, behind the scenes magic. Cutie Cinderella, no longer a women's grandmaster. It can be volatile, the chess titling business these days. But she did beat Charlie, most critical, while she was a women's grandmaster. That's a big deal. And now Voosely looks like she's doing good. She's captured the d4 pawn. I think that Cutie will regret advancing the pawns in front of the king, like you said, Alexandra. Those are pawns that you wish could move backwards. And I think Voosely's going to have a really good chance of getting a win here.
Right.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah.
Okay.
So from what we've seen so far, Team Boxbox seems to be more likely to win the consolation bracket because Skara has a better game. Voosely has a better game. We didn't see the other two boards, but that's already quite the lead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, whoa. Is it?
That's just a free queen. That's a free knight. That's a free everything.
Mm-hmm. That does not help Team Hutch's chances, which is just funny. They were so close to getting the championship matchup, and Boxbox team has just struggled all day. So if it ends up being the reverse storyline in the consolation matchup, you just wouldn't have seen that coming. But yeah, Cutie Cinderella is going to go down. We already know that Ludwig lost to Boxbox Killer. We'll check in on Hutch's game here against Boxbox. That's the board 1 battle. That's the only one that probably is going to go the direction of.
Well, Hutch is winning. Yeah, Hutch is winning this game, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks
up a piece.
Up a full piece.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. Well, how do we convert on this easily? If we're white, I guess we just take the pawn and
push the F1. Yep.
Yeah. There we go. Up the board. What's Boxbox doing here? I'm trying to think of a way to make a trick. What is the last second trick? Is there any kind of race? No, you're just too slow. King c5, king takes pawn.
Right.
b5, f4, b4, f6. The queen is coming with check.
Yep.
Right, exactly. Yeah, it's just over.
Yep. What's the last board? Oh, it's Nate Hill versus Xena. If we want to go check on that to kind of round out our observation here of the consolation matchup. We expect Hutch to take and win.
So it's going to be It's gonna be 2-1, right? Because Scar is winning for Team Box, and Fuseli is winning, so it's gonna be 2-1. So it's still gonna be a very close match. It's gonna be very tight. It's gonna depend on that fourth board right now between
Nate Hill and Xena.
Nate Hill and Xena, right? Yeah.
Yep.
And Nate has a better position, so it's actually looking like it's gonna be 2-2.
Again, we'll have another tie.
Yeah.
Another tie. Although we have another, they play 2 games, one with each color in the finals and consolation as well. So tied, likely headed into the second round of games.
Right.
Okay, well, let's see. Nate Hill's better, but how do you convert it, right? You're up the exchange in chess. That means you have a rook for one of the minor pieces. So you've won the points battle, and probably Nate can just swing some more pieces over here to the queen side. Nope, plays rook b1. Okay.
And you know what else I noticed? The players are playing much longer today than they did in pogchamps, because in pogchamps they would come in, get their game, and go out. But this is already the 4th round. That might be another reason why we're seeing so many blunders. The players are just getting fatigued.
Right. I would agree with that for sure. Yeah.
Yep.
But that's part of the joy of chess, I guess. At some point, it also stamina that really starts to take action.
It's almost like you need an energy drink that improves your energy and alertness.
What could that be, Danny?
I don't know. Maybe a Mountain Dew Game Fuel with a resealable lid and lots of other good stuff, I hear. Go to gamefuel.com. No, but you're right. I mean, it's a stamina game. It's an issue, and especially, Hikaru knows streaming hours of blitz and bullet chess. After a while, you just kind of it gets hard to stay super sharp.
I mean, not necessarily. I mean, I usually just I drink some things as well to keep my energy up.
Right.
But yeah, I think certainly a lot of people, they underestimate that when you play the game of chess, it takes a lot of energy, and it's not so simple. It's just like you play a game and it's easy. It doesn't, because mentally, like when you play for hours on end, you have to you really do have to stay focused. And I think it's very hard to do that. A lot of people don't understand that even if traditionally you don't think of chess as something as like a sport, it most certainly is a mind sport, because you do have to stay sharp and focused, and one wrong move and you just lose the game, the way that unfortunately Erob did against Scar earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Well, speaking of Erob, though, guess what? Apparently, as long as we're not watching Erob's chess, he does great. He just won again against Papa Platt.
Oh, wow.
Wow, nice.
So
Erob, W-Rob.
I think we're gonna switch over to Nim's game with Charlie, but on the way I will just quickly flash the position that Erob had, the final checkmate on the board, because guess what we finally had? We finally had the ladder.
Wow.
They started the next game, but I'm just gonna show it. The ladder was what we had on the board.
Very nice.
And Erob gets the job done. So we're gonna switch over to Nim's game in a second. But yeah, we'll stay right here on the board 4 matchup we have. But in a minute, we're going to switch over to Nim. And
yeah, I mean, we can't watch Erob anymore. Just we just
can't. Every time we watch him. Yeah. Well, hopefully he knows that we're going to stay away from his game for his own good. Hopefully he knows that.
There you go, breaking that commentator's curse by just not having a commentator there. Easy solution, Danny.
Right, doing the right thing. Look at Nate Hill playing F3. What a good move.
Mm-hmm.
Good response.
Very nice move.
Mm-hmm.
Opens the rook.
Get a free pawn, and he's going to be up even more material after, because he's already up an exchange, but down a pawn, and now he's going to be up a full exchange, and Black's king is so weak here.
Was a great move. We're going to head over to the game here between Turbo Fisto and Nimian. That, of course, is Most Critical versus Nim. And these guys had very close games earlier in the regular round robin.
He's going for a very nasty trap of the queen with pawn G4.
Whoa, that's dirty.
Trap the black queen, yeah, very nice idea.
So he can play a move like F6 to create an escape route, but is he going to see it? Because G4 is kind of a sneaky move. You don't expect your opponent to try and push their kingside pawns.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Nim has got to pay close attention. Should play a move, probably even just like F6, right? Create the escape route for the queen.
Right.
You could even try to get away with e5, and maybe you'd meet g4 with a sack, but probably. Oh, okay. Well, he does it. He probably shouldn't have. Oh, look at Charlie.
Wow. Instant move from Charlie. Wow.
Wow.
No, it's going to be very, very close. I think both matches could easily be 2-2.
Use my own G4 emote there in the chat. I almost never get to use it, so I always do it when I can. There you go. G4 exclam.
That was beautiful. What a trap.
It's awesome. And he's going to win a piece. Charlie looking calmer than we normally see him. Is that right, or am I wrong? Maybe I only remember the craziest moments. But
when he plays games, he's very focused. He brings back his energy during the after game.
Yeah.
But he's always been like,
Nim just didn't realize his queen could have taken G4.
Ooh.
Owie.
Ooh. Ouch.
Even surprised Charlie there. So whatever he's saying, he knows it's over. Hutch did take down Box. Fuseli did beat Cutie Cinderella. Still a lot of games going. Remember, just search in the chess category. Every one of these streamers you know and love is giving their own viewpoint and commentary throughout the Twitch Rivals Chess Showdown. So Charlie going to convert on this one. I'm spying some others. If you see any, we can shout out. G5 is a good move. If he just, the ruthless technique to just go after the king once you've won the extra queen, make it simple. Here he goes. Charlie is playing well today overall.
Yeah, he's played very well. I think he's had a couple of mishaps because he's gotten too low on time, but overall he's been true to form and playing good chess. And it's what you would expect. He did win the consolation bracket, and certainly one of the most improved players. So I think he's had moments that's gotten away from him, but overall he's shown great quality.
Yep.
Yeah, and I would have liked King F3 here so that he could try to go for Rook G1, a nice smooth technique there. But it's more natural to retreat your king back, so I do understand why he played King G1. Do you guys think it's the Europeans are at a disadvantage because of the time zone versus, say, some
I think for sure.
US?
Yeah, I would
again,
agree. Yeah,
you're asking the dad who could have been in bed an hour ago. Okay. Nuzzled up
but
with
you're
some hot
having
tea.
the time of your life, Danny. I mean,
I like a little macadamia nut, white chocolate cookie, a little bit of warm tea before I go to bed. Sleepy time.
Yeah, you gotta eat your Doritos and you drink your drink.
That's right, I forgot. No other snacks.
Like you're 15 again, dude. Come on.
Yeah. We used to stay up drinking Mountain Dew and playing Halo 1. Right, that was a long time ago. But we're gonna head over to Zalay's game, the one that started this coverage here in the finals and consolation matchups just a few minutes ago. If you've been with us, we're gonna go back. Zalay's got the first game against Trump SC and looks to be in a great position as white yet again. Hikaru, Zalay's flexing. You called it. He showed up.
Yeah, I mean, sorry, go ahead, Alexandra.
I was gonna say he's taking notes from Hikaru's flex hour. I was just joking.
He's on it. Look at that, Queen H5 check. I mean, go ahead, Hikaru. What were you going to say?
Yeah, no, I was going to say that I think that's the thing is that with some of these guys like Zalay's, if he hasn't played in so long, it's just a matter of sort of getting back into the rhythm. Because when you haven't played a game for 10 years, of course you're not going to be playing at the same strength you were back then. So I think it's more a rhythm thing. He just needs to find the rhythm. And if he's playing at full strength or close enough to it, he should still be better than Trump SC. But again, it's a question of can you find that form in time. But secondarily, again, as we play longer and longer and the matches go deeper and deeper, it is more likely that his that he's going to show a higher quality of chess as well. Right. So it makes sense.
Yeah. Find your rhythm, find the rhyme, get on up. It's PogChamps time. Chess Twitch Rivals.
Good one, Danny.
Shout out to Cool Runnings. Wait, am I allowed to say that, or is Disney going to sue us? Let's not talk about that. Any Hooters. Yeah, Zalay's is clearly finding his rhythm, like you said. And so how do you approach this, Hikaru? Like, you've got the rook on the d file. You just double up, right? Stack them on the d file?
Yeah, I think that's what you would do here. It's weird because I know white is much better here objectively, but the ideas to try and prove the advantage don't seem clear-cut. Maybe knight b5 is another idea if black allows it. Okay, so it goes knight d4, which is not a bad move. Not a bad move by any stretch of the imagination. But the problem, I think, is that white can trade and go knight to e2 and then to f4 and then to g6.
Oh, nice little route. That is a Pony Express right there.
And
I like it.
This is
Wait, someone said Ludwig won.
Wait.
Yeah, and I see it confirmed. So he beat Skara.
Oh wow.
Wait, but Skara was up a queen. What?
I think that's their second game already, or is it? No. We'll check out how that game finished in just a minute. We'll give it a recap.
It was the second game.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I'm like, what's going on? Like,
okay, yeah. Lose? It was already his second game. Skara plays so fast. That's why you said, Igar, Skara might be the only person better at blitz, but he also, unfortunately, maybe plays a little too fast in the rapid, right? Because he just lost very quickly.
Mm-hmm. Zalays has kind of misplayed this though. In the meantime,
yeah.
Like Black has a good central pawn mass.
Your idea of this route was, oops, my arrows aren't working, far superior to bring the knight around to g6. Now you have to be careful because, like, the reason you complimented Trump SC's idea was because it closed the d file, right? That's what we were talking about as a double rook. So knight d4 was a very good move, at least as far as being aware of White's plan. And now that Zalays doesn't choose the right plan, I don't know. Alexandra, what do you think? You feeling Zalays, or you feeling a Trump SC comeback here?
I'm feeling that this position is quite awkward for Zalay. He doesn't have a lot of great squares for his knight, so he's going to have to play a tricky move like c3 if he wants to get his knight out to at least try and open up the center a little bit more. And okay, he saw it, so that's a nice move. If the king is in the center of the board, you would want to trade off one of the pawns so that you can have more pressure on d6. I do like this idea, and now if there's a move like a6, at least he can play knight takes d4. Oh, and now he can take d6.
Yeah, knight d6 is probably very strong now. Or rook d6 as well. I wonder about rook takes d6 followed by queen to c5, actually. Or rook takes d6 with e5. Oh, rook takes and pawn to e5 is just winning on the spot, actually. Yeah.
Rook takes d6 with tempo on the queen, and then e5 would trap the bishop. But your first suggestion, knight takes, also threatens queen f7 check. So that's
right. Yeah, I think every capture on d6 wins here, basically.
I guess if he takes back on c3, that's the only variation that isn't as good.
Correct.
I think Trump SC is saying, what am I doing? What am I doing? If I'm reading lips appropriately, he's like, uh-oh. Nate Hill is about to defeat Xena, and so that'll be that board 4 victory that Team Hutch needed. So
is Firebat still winning all his games as well? Because every single game we've seen.
What is the deal with Firebat chess? Hot fire.
Yeah.
Firebat is so hot right now. He is so hot right now, Firebat.
We don't have to open the game. I just took a quick peek. No, his game with Slicker is actually still pretty complicated, so that one could go either way. But he has had an incredible performance today, and he's a serious recruit for Team Trump, actually, because similar to how we talk about Zalay always winning games, well, Firebat is in the same situation.
Yeah, Firebat is so lit.
Thank you, Danny.
I don't know why. Whenever I hear the part say Danny in any way, it's already funny at this point. you know it's coming.
It's the way you deliver it. It's because you can't fake this level of awkwardness. It just happens naturally. So, all right. Well, do we want to check out Firebat and Slicker? Maybe we can in a second here. We'll stay here until the team is ready. We'll see whether Trump SC can handle the heat of F7. But
well, it's looking pretty dire, isn't it, for Team Trump SC already? I mean, because if they lose this one, they're going to be down 3-0, and you need 4.5 points to win, right?
Yep.
So it's already getting very difficult.
And Charlie should beat Nim as well. So yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna head over as I said to see what's going on between Firebat and Slicker. It's the closest game at least as far as the games we've covered, we've had the opposite of a commentator's curse for Firebat. Every time we cover his game, he checkmates somebody.
And you gotta love this event because you have Slicker playing an incredible. Oh, did he just blunder a
He played bishop b2. Bishop.
That's not a good move at all. Bishop takes bishop, and White's winning.
Yeah, he was, but then he played. Then Firebat played rook f3. So this could be the first time we've seen Firebat not win a game if Slicker keeps this up.
Right, and he has 36 seconds to Slicker's 2 minutes and a half. So definitely a favorite here. Because Slicker has been playing well. He just had a lot of blunders. Like we saw that maiden one missed in his game with Love Cena.
Mm-hmm.
but it's not over yet. That H pawn is a little bit menacing. Hikaru, what would you put Slicker's chances of winning this at?
I think it depends what happens in the next couple of moves, but I think he's probably going to win. I would say it's probably about 70%. 70-30 is what I'd put it at.
Got it.
Yeah, and it's funny too because the bishop is such a natural piece here, stopping the passed pawns, that it almost kind of it helps maybe some of those awkward spots where beginner players are still developing their technique muscles. The bishop is such a helpful piece there to help defend against the passed pawns.
Right, exactly. So yeah, I mean, I think Slicker will win this, but
yeah,
he's got to remember the backwards diagonal, which is also another thing that's not common. Remembering the bishop can move backwards, it's just not a normal thing. So now he can take the pawn on a2. He does this. I mean, he should win, but the pawns are starting to roll now. It's still tricky.
He's threatening mate on no, not mate, but a mating net could ensue here. By the way, Zalae's just won again.
There is a checkmate, by the way. Bishop to e5.
And then rook h2.
But bishop e5 is a very hard move to find. I mean, if you're new to the game, seeing backwards diagonals is very, very hard.
Yeah,
probably the hardest thing to spot, actually.
Yeah. And you're right, because if he doesn't see it, he might check this king into a better spot up here.
Right, and now it's going to be hard. I think Firebat's going to win now. I do.
Wow.
Well, he's got 9 seconds though, so maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, if he was even time, I think he could swindle. But
with 6 seconds, it's hard to see it. But you have to go rook h1. I mean, it's the only move here to be winning still.
But he found it.
G6 would have been a great move for him to try to keep holding.
Yeah, but Firebat ran out of time.
Now rook f8 and
Firebat just ran out of time there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just take the pawns, Take the pawns and just win the game.
As long as you you don't let the G pawn get too frisky for its own good.
Right, exactly.
A lot of other games still going. I kind of want to check out E-Rob and Papa Platt.
No, I don't think you want to do that.
I forgot. I'm not allowed to watch E-Rob.
No, let's do it. Why not?
Let's take one risk. After this game, we're gonna.
Danny, we should be mentally stronger than that. We should not. We should not believe that. That's just hocus pocus.
You're right.
We should mentally be much stronger than that.
Okay, but if we jinx another loss of E-Rob, okay, I'm with you. We should be stronger than that. Firebat Chess is finally gonna lose a game, so we're gonna head over to E-Rob's game where he is again. Okay. He should win this game. I'm literally knocking on the wood desk in my office, not to jinx him, okay? This is it, E-Rob.
3 pawns. He has equal material. One of his pawns is passed. His king is more active in the endgame, which is extremely important. So everything is going his way, but this is not a hopeless position for Papa Plata. I mean, we saw even when Papa Plata was up all of those materials against Ludwig, he ended up doing the same thing and blundering like 5 pieces in a row. So we can see a reversal here. It's not impossible.
Right.
Yes, but he should win.
Yeah.
All I'm saying.
He's the favorite here.
He's the favorite. And gonna be a huge one. Just so you know, we didn't jinx anything on the other board. The one we left behind, Slicker did convert that checkmate versus Firebat.
Can I say something about that? By the way, that's another thing that you see that it's interesting to see the differences between the players, because someone like Slicker, everybody knows that he's bigger than life, or larger than life, I should say. But for example, this king and queen checkmate that he just executed is literally something that I showed to him before his matchup against Moist Critical about 3 weeks ago. And even now, he only saw it like 2 or 3 times, but he got it down right away. And now he just has it down very solidly, like we just saw. So it's very interesting to see how some of these players, the certain concepts, they just get it instantly. They don't have to, they don't have, it's like one of those natural things that they understand.
Right. Well, he said in the interviews we have with him, there was one moment where I felt like I almost caught him slipping out of his character, where he could kind of saying, "Look, I'm an actor," but he very clearly cares. He very clearly cares about his chess, and so I agree, Hikaru. I watched it in the background too, probably like you did, and it was very smooth, right? He just converted the checkmate, knew what he was doing. So, all right, come on, Rob.
I mean, E-Rob's played this endgame so well, actually. He did everything correctly. He picked up Papa Plata's remaining pawns.
He can't lose.
I do feel
here.
a bit bad for Papa 3 a.m. chess, you know?
Yep.
So E-Rob's finally gonna get a win when we're watching. This is great.
This is it. This is it. This is that moment we've all been waiting for. Make sure everyone sends a huge amount of love over to E-Rob's chat, because we will have broken the E-Rob curse here.
Mm-hmm.
This is it. I feel like we're all just like waiting for something super special. We just want to see him win.
You
know? I think we're gonna go to the iMighty Hutch's game versus BoxBox next. We'll stay here to see the finish, but Hutch is in an interesting position over there with BoxBox, and it is a board one battle for the consolation match.
Let's be clear, by the way, the other match is pretty much over, right? Because 4-1,
yeah,
half a point out of the last 3 games.
Yeah.
Team note, that is.
Yeah, Zalays showed up and led the team by defeating Trump SC cleanly and quickly.
Which I guess is what we had predicted, because Zalay was obviously a favorite, but also there were other players like E-Rob who played very well. It's Slicker also defeated a Firebat for the first time.
Yep,
Nim had like a pretty decent tournament, so the entire team performed.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. E-Rob smartly gives a check. Don't try to get fancy and stalemate the king and allow some kind of renegade rook trick.
Yeah, E-Rob knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. Yeah, check, yeah.
I think he's probably just going to gobble the rook.
This is what I was saying about E-Rob, is when I saw him play with no pressure, no stress, I really thought he was one of the favorites. Maybe not like the top 4, but right below that top group. And so I don't know if it was the pressure or what it was, because from what I saw and what I've even seen today, it feels like he is one of the better players. And so it was very surprising to me to see what happened in pogchamps. And see Queen H5, like, yeah, I mean, this is what I was saying. Like, when I see some of these games, like, he is legitimately a good chess player, and so maybe it was just the pressure and the stress of playing in front of the large audience. Because I really do think out of the players I saw, E-Rob should have been in that second category, players right below the Void Boys, Hutches, and Forsons and so forth.
Yeah.
And you finally got to finish your compliment. No more commentators.
Yes. No more. You say it, and it doesn't happen. Well, shout out to E-Rob. Had a great day. He goes 2-0 in the final matchup against Papa Platt. So he helped his team big time.
He helped Team Nim become the champions. They win.
No, he did. I mean, Zalay and E-Rob together leading the way right now. And all right, to this game with BoxBox and Hutch. BoxBox, has a great position, and I jinxed it. He played Queen H5.
Isn't he up a piece here? But he left his bishop hanging.
Yeah, he just played Queen H5, and Hutch can take and then take on D5.
Oof.
Wow. Brutal.
Oh, Hutch takes first and gives the bishop. Oh, I guess he's getting the knight. Okay.
It's still good, but it's the order. I don't know. Someone's winning here.
Yep.
BoxBox still has really good attacking chances here, but he could have had those good attacking chances and still been up a piece. So I'd still take his position over Hutch's. Although even with 2 minutes down, maybe.
Yeah. Also, to be fair, by the way, getting back to that E-Rob topic, his I think his girlfriend or wife was having a baby during that tournament. So we should
really?
actually. Yeah, because after he played the game against Void Boy, he showed his newborn baby girl on stream. So to be fair to him, there was that going on as well. So that, I'm sure, had a big.
Congratulations to E-Rob, the new daddy. I apparently was not watching that moment, but that's awesome, and that could be distracting for anyone. So.
I imagine.
Well, this is good. This has become a wild one.
So, Hikaru, what do you think that BoxBox has a real attack here? What plan would you go for in his shoes?
He should play Rook F2 and then try to go like Knight H5 and Rook G2. Objectively, he does not have a real attack. He's probably losing if Hutch finds Knight to E7, because I think that really will stop all the attacking ideas. Knight B4 also maybe is good, but I have a feeling with correct play, Black should be able to stop the whole attack. Wow, he plays it.
He's threatening Rook takes C2 now, so Knight B4 does look good. But yeah, I liked your Knight E7 idea. A little more solid, maybe.
Well, I'm a little bit worried about something like Bishop to D2, Knight takes C2, and then Rook G1 and Knight H5, and just, all in, just attack all the way up on the king's side. And I think it's very dangerous for Black. I have a feeling it's probably winning for White with correct play.
Yeah, I mean, even Knight H5 right away, because you could meet Rook takes C2 with Bishop D2. Ooh, he has the right idea, but he forgets F5 is covered. The Knight had to go to H5. Oh no!
Oh, this is painful to see.
Yeah. This is just not Albert's day. He's just missing.
Yeah.
He's distracted by the arcade mode. Blame chess.com. That's what I always do. Turn off the arcade mode.
Do you think it's a snowballing effect a little bit? Like when you've had a lot of bad games, it's just maybe your mindset is off?
Yeah, I think that probably affects him. Certainly, he hasn't. Also, like for someone who hasn't really played competitively, I think when you have to play game after game for hours on end, when things start going badly, and you don't get a break, like it's not like he's playing lower players. He's still playing very strong players. Oh my God, Hutch, what are you doing?
Now they're both getting super tired.
So he has to move the knight now because his rook is defending.
Well, I think knight takes h6 is probably a forced checkmate after pawn takes bishop d2. But
you sack, open the king, and then stop the checks, everybody. And how does black deal?
Beautiful.
But there's no way he's going to play that. No way, right? There's no way he's going to play that.
I mean, he has 2 pieces under attack, so he might think that sacrificing a knight is the best option here. But there's too many other things he can try, like knight e7, knight d6, bishop d2 to attack the knight. I think it's unlikely he'll play knight takes h6.
Oh, it's funny. Sometimes it's mutual blindness, right? Because, yes, there's 2 pieces under attack, but maybe neither one of them sees that the f5 knight's hanging.
Yeah,
things have happened.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough position here, and he doesn't have much time. That's the problem. So yeah, it's hard. It's a tough position to play. Yeah, and chat, I get it's not a forced checkmate after knight h6, pawn takes bishop d2, bishop f5, rook g1, bishop g6, queen h6, and like knight takes d3. I get it, chat. I get it. We're not computers.
Yeah, we get it. And we don't have a computer running. That's my boy Hikaru just busted out calculating. He took. LOL.
Well,
OMGzers, Omega lulz. Too bad.
And now he's just going to be down a piece and have his king super exposed. Also, the rook and the bishop are underdeveloped, so on top of that, also lower than a minute on the clock. I'm not trying to keep piling on here, but it's just kind of hopelessly lost. And that's why the eval is close to -9, even though he's just down a piece. There's just too much going on here.
Yeah. Well, there are still a number of games going. The matchup here between Hutch and Boxbuck team is actually pretty close. So maybe...
Well, when Hutch wins, it's 4-2. So Team Boxbuck has to win in the other 2 games that are remaining, or else it's all over.
Yeah. And there's only... Maybe we should check on that. I'm gonna throw a curveball.
So we have Team that already won.
Correct. Yes.
So Trump SC, they're gonna finish in 2nd, and now we're just trying to see what happens in the consolation.
Yeah, well, like you said, it's going to be 4-2 with that Hutch win. Nim is running away with it. We're going to go check out Nate Hill versus Xena because that's the board 4 matchup between the teams, Team Hutch and Boxbox, because that might end up being the decider. If Team Boxbox is going to come back, it's going to rest on Xena's shoulders here, and let's see what she's doing because, Nate's already winning.
Yeah, a very important piece is missing here.
Yeah, I was going to say, optically, I looked at it, I was like, it looks close to equal. Wait, the queen's
unfortunately,
gone.
White's missing the advisor here. That's the problem.
Yeah. Well, what happened?
The advisor, it's all over.
Was the queen ever called the advisor?
Did she spot him?
That was an intentional reference to a video I watched, a TED video on chess.
I assumed.
Look at that. I literally looked at the position here.
Oh, she tried to go for the 4-move checkmate.
Yeah. No, guys, I literally looked at the position here and hadn't got back. I was like, did she spot him a queen? Did we make a mistake? I was like, how did this happen? But this is a good lesson, everybody. She went for the 4-move checkmate, and that did not work out. Nate Hill.
Yeah, Nate was ready for it, so credit to Nate, actually.
Yeah. Okay, well, assuming Nate does the job here, that's going to clinch Team Hutch's victory in the consolation bracket. Which means we get to choose our own adventure from here. I think we know who the victors are going to be. Team Nim is running away with it. Hutch looks like they're about to do the same. I don't think we're going to have tie breaks here in the finals or consolation battles.
Not unless something... Well, there's one other game, right? Who's the other game between?
There's Slicker and Firebat.
Okay, so these are the last. So yeah, I mean, we probably should leave it here, or we can go to the other one.
Okay. Well, why don't we? We'll switch We just
let's
saw
go to Slicker. I agree.
We just saw Slicker get a dub and slow down the runaway train that was Firebat. But we'll see what happens in their second matchup here in just a second. Now, one thing about Nate Hill's position, he's not developing all his pieces, by the way. I mean, he needs to kind of get everybody out. Yes, he's totally winning, but
Yeah. And the other thing is that, are there any tricks Lovecina could potentially go for, like bishop b5 or knight f5, trade the bishop, and bishop b5? It seems extremely unlikely.
She's highlighting f7. Silly Alexandra, tricks are for kids.
Well, sometimes when you're lost, you got to go for a trick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the idea. I like the idea. The funny thing is on move 19, if you go back like one move, she could have played knight f5 and made it very interesting. Like knight f5, and maybe there's some like weird like queen d8, d6, and some kind of checkmate in the air.
Yeah.
Like something like this, and it could have been very interesting.
Yeah,
but
something
yeah,
crazy.
There's actually no checkmate here, but still. Like,
yeah. No, it looks
like this.
Looks scary, but she played d3. Now she's unfortunately seeing more pieces traded, which is the recipe for success for Nate Hill. Just get the pieces off the board and you're up a queen.
Right, exactly. Like f5 or knight f6 is what I'd recommend here. Yeah, this is going downhill, unfortunately.
A few games going. Nim and Charlie, most critical, are still going at it. We may check on that one before they're done. I think we're going to go from here to Slicker and Firebat as soon as we're ready. But let's see a few more moves here. What she's trying to do what she can. Here we go.
Yeah,
opening
very nice move from Nate. E4. Yeah, just opening up the position with all the extra material. It should be winning.
All right, we're gonna head over to Slickers.
His comeback, it seems like. Oh, I guess you're still pulling up the game.
Yeah.
But he was undefeated. He lost to Slicker in their first game out of 2. But now we're returning back to the position, and Firebat has a very scary attack, although it's equal material, and the knight on h7 looks like it's going to have a hard time getting out of there.
No, Firebat.
Yes.
Firebat's going to bounce back. What was it you said? Firebat with the med pack, unstoppable.
Did we say that or
Fire pack?
That
fire
sounds
pack,
like a Dan line.
No, Hikaru said something that made him sound cooler earlier about the game Star Trek. What was it?
It's StarCraft, dude.
StarCraft. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
It's StarCraft,
and it's the medic. The medic. You
medic pack.
Create the Firebat units, and you have medics with the stim pack to heal the Firebats. So it's like.
So it's unstoppable. It's OG.
Yeah. Yes. It's a very old strat, but yes.
Yeah, my kid plays Clash Royale, and he says, like, if you drop the big skeleton and then you put, like, a wizard behind it because it blows everything around it, the skeleton can go really fast, and nothing can stop it.
Okay.
There you go. You're welcome. Thanks. Checkmate for Slicker. It's about to happen.
From you.
Slicker's going down. Firebat's going to equal it up with the med pack, and we're going to move back on. All right. Wait, he goes the other way? Yeah, I guess he's still mating. Rook e3. Or queen e3.
Okay, and rook g1, it's a very clean way to finish off here. But if he doesn't see it, can white... I mean, even if he doesn't see it, what is white going to do? He can't really escape with his king anywhere. The rook on a1 is stuck, so he doesn't even have to be that precise. But he finishes off clean.
Yep, he'll take the rook on a1, probably. Just to make it simple on himself, and he is going to do work. So I think the last one we'll bring it to a close with. I mean, I think we should go back and give the second game, between Nim and Charlie over there. Most critical in a second. We'll get that up as Firebat converts on this one. Extra queen. Push him, baby. Okay, we're gonna head over to Nim and Charlie. Ooh, this one, here we go. This is why we have Hikaru Nakamura on shows like this, because this is some equality stuff here. Who's better in this endgame, Hikaru? This is weird.
This is probably about, I don't know. I think black is better very slightly here with the passed pawn coming down the board. But again, it's going to black's going to have to push the pawn to f3, but also remove the knight from c4 first. And it becomes a game of squares here. But it's so complex. Like if Charlie finds rook to c6 here, he's going to win the game. f3 is also a good move. I like f3. The point is that black's going to be able to put the rook on c6 and take the open c file.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to be the one who always bringing up the time, but again, Charlie under 30 seconds on the clock,
you're right.
a minute and a half. Mm-hmm. So I do like his position, and now I was gonna say knight c2 looked good, but this also looks good. I just don't know if he has enough time to give it the final.
Yeah, it's really hard because also if white can get his knight to e3, like knight c4 to e3, then black can lose both of these pawns. So it's very tricky actually. It's not easy now.
And you just called it because knight c4. If Nim finds it, it's even easier to play now because it attacks the rook.
Yeah, well now it's obvious. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I don't know. It's hard to tell what's going to happen here.
He sees it, and of course he was also eased into it a little bit. The knight was under attack, like you guys mentioned. Now he can take on e5.
Yeah, rook d4 was the right move because then on takes you could take the pawn on e4. Now with rook d3, you're going to lose the pawn on g4. Mm-hmm. It would be nice, seeing Nim end on a win because I feel like he's had a very rough day too.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like he's lost a lot of games, and so it'd be nice to see him end on a high note. Although I mean, I feel like a lot of people honestly have had a rough day. I think Charlie's had a pretty rough day. Nim's had a rough day. Like I mean,
you know who hasn't?
So many people.
Is E-Rob, baby.
Yeah, E-Rob's the guy having like one of the best days. Outside of the guys who are just winning every single game, E-Rob probably is the biggest surprise of the day.
Yeah,
because he's won quite a few games, and he was beating Scar and he lost. Like,
oh, there he goes.
King e3, King e3. Yes.
Oh, very nice. Just gonna take the rook, Charlie.
Very nice.
The only game left after this. Oh, by the way, Xena is coming back against Nate Hill. She just swindled him. I gotta show you. She just won his queen. We'll go there. We'll go there as soon as we can. Wow. That's going to be a wild one if that turns around. But okay, right now we're watching. We'll let him finish the job.
Yeah, it's going to go queen e6, I assume.
Yeah.
Or this. Okay, this works. Yeah.
Okay, Nate Hill's still winning, but just when we left it, he decided to give up the queen for the rook.
Mm-hmm.
And it became a lot closer. Okay, he's still winning, but just because we're here means that there's still a game.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's going to win. But he just trade the bishop, so definitely make sure to trade as much as you can here.
Wow.
Yeah, this is not guaranteed by any stretch. But I do think Nate will win this most likely.
Yep.
Yeah, he probably feels bad for giving her the material back. Hopefully he doesn't spend too much time on it because he is lower on the clock. He has those past G-pawns, though, however, which help with a pretty straightforward plan on top of the fact that he's also up a rook. So
it's a good point.
Like he has more than enough.
Yeah, he can just start pushing and close his eyes and push a pawn.
Right, pretty much. Yeah, I think Nate should see it. But again, you never know. He's getting a little bit low on time as well, so anything could happen.
Both matches are mathematically in the books, though. I saw chat pointing that out, and they are correct. Team Nim is the Twitch Rivals Chess Showdown champion, and then the consolation match winner will be Team Hutch. We have a little bit of chess here, so don't go anywhere. Of course, there's still some stuff up ahead, and of course, we also have the Bud Light after show party. So if you're just getting here, guess what? There's more parties happening. Even as the Twitch Rivals Chess Showdown ends, we have the Bud Light after party. So
what's this party going to entail of, Danny?
You heard Malik. It's going to entail of a lot of things. I know there's going to be Bud Light. That's all I know. That's all I actually know. Okay.
There you go.
I don't know much else, but I do know there'll be Bud Light. Hopefully some Bud Light Lime, the seltzer. I'm kind of into that right now. And I won't go into my problems.
Oh man. Well, Nate is playing this very well. Hopefully he's going to activate his rook from c8 soon also, or he can even start with king d6 if he wants to block the pawn.
Okay, now rook f4 would be a very nice way to sort of end any sort of drama.
Nice technique. You see the scoreboard updated, chat. Team Nim does indeed win by a final of 6-2, and we could have a similar thing here, 6-2 by both matchups in the finals. If Nate Hill does the job, that'll be the score in the end.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Are you guys surprised at all with the result we saw today, in terms of the team?
It's It's kind of what we predicted in the final. Hikaru called the Team Nim thing. I wasn't as sure. I even kind of disagreed. I was like, remember, Trump SC did beat. Sorry, I'm blanking out. Hi. Anyway,
no, Trump SC beat
Zalay. But Zalay showed up, and you were right. So I'm more surprised that Team Nim ran away with it than I am that Team Hutch. I thought Team Hutch was the favorite just because Box has just struggled all day for whatever reason.
Yeah, I mean, what I would say is in general, when I look at the final stands, I feel like the matches were very close, and just in these final two matches between the championship and the consolation, the players were just tired, and some players kept it together better than the others. So I don't feel like it's a fair representation to say like it's 6-2, 6-2. It was a blowout. It's just that some of the players got tired and they made more mistakes. So it's just a matter of who kept it together. But there were so many close matches before we reached this final set that I was very happy. And I thought it was very, very well contested throughout.
Yeah.
Ooh, if King G8, there's some stalemate.
Yeah, there would have been, but instead we get a ladder. He goes away from his own patented Nate Hill checkmate to give us a ladder. But yeah, how many queen and rook cooperative checkmates by Nate Hill have we seen today? Is that the fourth?
That's like at least the third for sure, maybe fourth.
Wow. Okay. Well, there we have it. We saw it. You kind of called it, right? Team Nim flexes in the last round. Of course, congratulations to both teams, Trump SC and Team Nim, for making it there. But Nim does what a lot of people predicted they would do, right? You said they were the favorite coming in, Hikaru, and they got the job done.
Yeah, they did. They were impressive throughout. I mean, I think they're very smooth. But definitely they won. But a big shout out to Trump SC because he played some phenomenal chess.
Yep. Well, and then Team Hutch, Alexandra Wright, they had 3 people returning from PogChamps. Cutie Cinderella new, but otherwise Team Hutch does the job, and they win the consolation. Final thoughts on Hutch's play there?
Yeah, I mean, it was sad to see Hutch get checkmated in one, being up a piece, up on time in that tie break with Trump SC. But the rest of the tournament, he played very well. I know Ludwig and Nate Hill also had fantastic results. QT struggled a little bit, but she did end up flagging Moist Critical. So overall, a very nice team effort.
Yeah. All right. Well, before we go, we've given our final shout outs about the chess. Let's give another shout out to Capital One. Again, the official credit card and bank of Twitch Rivals. Remember that Eno, your Capital One digital. I want to imagine Eno is like kind of like wearing a wig, but doesn't need to. It's kind of a weird character, but Eno is there protecting all of your assets and letting you know if there are any surprises. It's artificially intelligent being watching over your coin. Capital One, what's in your wallet? And then we have the Mountain Dew Game Fuel. We already had the in-game Game Fuel moment. Trump SC kind of brought the party, got us started with it before the finals. Unfortunately, didn't have his best chess in the end, but he did give us our Mountain Dew Game Fuel moment. Remember, Game Fuel has the ingredients to help you with alertness and accuracy. So pick some up. Go to gamefuel.com for more info. When we come back, remember, the party isn't over yet. We have the Bud Light after party. Can't wait for it. When we return, we will set up and queue up for that. Don't go anywhere. Twitch Rivals final moments when we get back.
Sounds like you're muted, Danny, on Skype.
You're muted, Danny. I believe so, but it's okay. Everybody's having a good time. Hi, chat. How's everyone?
And we have fixed it. Everyone can hear me now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Hey, sorry about that, everybody. This is a real show, and it is live. Now you know. Now you have proof, right? Because I just made a huge blunder, which, as Ludwig has said, blunder is chess for oh bleep. I just bleeped up really hard. Anyway, we're back. So thank you again. Before we talk about who the winning teams were, let's remind you that U.S. Army is a team that millions have joined to become experts in their field. What's your warrior? Join U.S. Army, a great team today. Doritos, remind you they are the official snack partner. We've been opening up different bags against Salsa Verde. I wish I had a bag of it. That would be the main one I would be chowing down on. But pick them up, big, bold, cheesy flavor, and let us know what your favorite flavor of Doritos is. Now, before we get to the final moments here, Alexandra and Hikaru, we have the Game Fuel Charged Play, Mountain Dew Game Fuel. Increases alertness and accuracy, and apparently we had a pretty exciting Game Fuel Charge play courtesy of Ludwig, who I just mentioned a moment ago. Let's see what happened. Okay.
Yes, it was.
That's Ludwig for you. I don't know why I think he's so entertaining. All right. Well, let's bring up the standings and talk about the teams, guys, and give our final thoughts on what just was the Twitch Rivals Chess Showdown. We know that the winning team was Team Nim. Huge congrats. They did pick up the biggest ringer, Zalay, right, an Ohio State chess champion. Apparently played in a tournament with Hikaru Nakamura, and Hikaru, you didn't remember it, but you were right. He deserved it. We're talking about the runner-up team right now. This is Team Trump SC. Nope, we're going back. Anyway, talk a little bit about Zalay, right? You called it. He showed up. He led the team to victory.
Yeah, I think Zalay certainly had a very, very strong performance. Other than the one hiccup in the tiebreaker game against Trump SC, more or less dominated, and it shows that all the work that he put in, even if it was 15 years ago or even longer ago than that, he still has it. So it's great to see his performance, and it was also really great to see all the Hearthstone performers or the Hearthstone streamers who really sort of dominated this event from start to finish.
Alexandra, I say E-Rob, you say
W Rob. He played incredibly today. Huge shout out to him. And I think he's shown that when he's a little bit more relaxed, he's able to be a very solid chess player.
Yeah. And maybe, as Hikaru said, maybe he was having a new baby during the pogchamps. Either way, great to see him rebound and help, along with Zalay, lead Team Nim to victory. Here is how they all broke down, top to bottom. Team Nim at the top. Those are their prize winnings. $5,750. Not bad at all. Trump SC took home $4,200. Hutch, $3,200. And then finally, Box team, who just didn't quite have it today. They had some great moments. Fusli played some good chess in moments for sure. Box struggled against the board one lineup that he had to face, but we also know that he'll be bouncing back soon, we're sure. So, anyway, there we go. Your final thoughts on any other performances there to shout out?
Yeah, I mean, I guess what I would say is it was great to see some of the people who were not in PogChamps, to see like obviously Zalay, Trump SC, but then also a couple of people who were in PogChamps. I thought Nate Hill's performance was really great to see him put it all together and have some very nice victories, and then also to see E-Rob especially. He got at least 2 or 3 victories, sort of see a bit of a redemption arc in this event, because I felt that he didn't show his best chess in PogChamps, so it was really nice to see, and I'm very happy for E-Rob.
Couldn't have said it better. Great. And we broke the commentator's curse. We covered his game while he got a victory on camera. It was great. Alexander, your final thoughts on the day that was, and any other performances or moments you want to highlight?
I thought this was an awesome event at giving an opportunity for a lot of new chess players and streamers to have a very similar experience to team chess tournaments where, you play around 5 hours of chess a day, you're cheering on your teammates. Here they also had a crowd. So I love what we're doing here with all of these super creative and talented streamers. Even if chess isn't their original game, I love seeing them give it a shot.
Totally agree. I'm jealous of all the time you guys got to have at PogChamps. It was I got to watch so much of that event as a fan. Being back here as a commentator was super special for me today. Can't wait to do more events like it in the future. And Hikaru, you're awesome. I'm saying goodbye to you, Miss Botez as well. Thank you guys for being the stars in the chess world and helping us with these Twitch streaming stars enjoy chess today. So I'm going to say goodbye to you and welcome our Bud Light after party.
Thank you, Danny.
Bye, guys. On that note, as we said, we got got some snacks behind me over there. You saw the snack pile table, but right now we're moving on from snacks. We're getting ready for the party to break out. And with me now, joining me is Malik with the Bud Light after party. We're getting excited for that, right, Malik? You there?
All right. Thank you so much, Danny. Guys, that does it for Twitch
Rivals. I can hear
Rivals.
you, by the way.
Thanks again, Danny, and everybody who came by and participated today. And without any further ado, it's time to move forward. Guys, please don't go anywhere. We are not finished. We got some fun times ahead. Starting right now on twitch.tv/BudLight is the Twitch Rivals After Party. And I mean, look, it's Friday night. We're in the middle of a global pandemic. You might as well just grab a cold one, just sit back and chill out. We've got Zalay from the winning team, Nim, at the top of the show, so stick around. We'll bring you right over to the channel. But before we do that, let's check out some of the highlights from today's Chess Showdown.
You, Alex, and Hikaru, if you see one you want to go to, you can throw.
Oh, I spoke too soon.
Scar won!
Holy shit.
There's only one thing more exciting than sudden death dodgeball, and that's tiebreaker chess. Whoa, that hangs. Oh, he missed the bishop! He missed the bishop! Hutch is about to mate. Who will mate first? Trump SC? Oh, Hutch mated him just in time. Oh, classic.
All right.
What's that for?
Oh
my God! He just defended himself!
We won the consolation bracket. We're the best shitty players. Easy 2K in our pocket.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Game Over with Bud Light, the Twitch Rivals After Party. Thank you for coming out tonight. Could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us. And we're super happy about that. We're going to be your host for the next hour. I'm Malik Forte. Some may know me as the guy